please.
Your next speaker is Elena Schlossberg. Elena, go ahead.
Sorry. My name is Elena Schlossberg. I live in the Gainesville district. And I've been a resident in this county for almost 20 years. I am also the executive director for the coalition. And so to say that I am stunned by the proposals to put the data centers outside the overlay district is an understatement. And I think before you consider putting the data centers outside the overlay district, especially in the rural area, some pretty basic questions need to be answered. One, what is the impact on the watershed and all the impervious surfaces that you'll be introducing into the rural crescent that is our watershed? What is the impact on the wells for the 27,000 people who live in the rural crescent who depend on wells? I can tell you it's not cheap when you have a problem with your well. We just had ours cave in and it was $18,000 to dig a new well. The other question is, what is the impact on the Occoquan Reservoir, which serves to bring fresh drinking water to the other 400,000 residents in Prince William County? When I asked that question to the Director of Economic Development, she referred me to a different department. The fact that these organizations, these different directors don't talk to each other is a real problem. The other thing I want to bring up is I think that you need to be honest with citizens how much we all pay for the infrastructure for these bulk load customers. And in the context of the climate resolution that you all just passed, it is not worth the paper it's written on if your land use policy promotes global warming and doesn't take into consideration the huge impact that data centers are having. So I'm going to tell you this. The largest $1 million
1 minute remaining
or more data center consume as much power as a city of 1 million people. How many millions of square feet do you think 800 acres are going to consume? In total, they eat up more than 2% of the world's electricity and emit roughly as much CO2 as the airline industry. So when you speak to the budget, I think it's important that you tell citizens the consequences of putting data centers throughout the rural area. I think it's important you tell them how much it's going to cost to bring water to 27,000 people. I think it's important that you address the issue of the watershed. I think it's important that you find out the facts surrounding the Haymarket transmission line case, because this is what the SCC found. That unless you force these bulk load customers to pay for their own infrastructure, you will never see innovation. Because right now, it's like with your kids.
Thank you, Ms. Schlossberg. Thank you very much.